How to take a blood pressure. There are many reasons why monitoring your blood pressure is so important. Being able to accurately check and monitor your own blood pressure could save your life or the life of others around you. As a student nurse, I've had a lot of experience with taking blood pressure. Today, I would like to give you a crash course on how to take a manual blood pressure. There are many different types of machines, most electronic, but it's still important to know how to use a manual blood pressure cuff and a stethoscope to obtain blood pressure. Today, I will talk to you about the benefits of knowing how to take a manual blood pressure and the proper way to do so. First of all, why would you take a manual blood pressure? Well, it's more accurate, it can be done anywhere, and it's a good skill to be able to save lives. The Center for Disease Control says, home monitoring can help you keep tabs on your blood pressure in a familiar setting, make certain your medication is working, and alert you and your doctors to potential health complications. So next, I'll tell you how to prepare to take your manual blood pressure. First, you need to choose a quality stethoscope, like this one. Get an appropriate size blood pressure cuff. And the length of the bladder should be 80% of the upper arm if it's sized correctly. So you should hold the end up to your arm and it should cover 80%. You need to make sure that when you place the measuring device, the blood pressure cuff, on your arm, you can read the sphygmanometer, it's right here, clearly. And you need to palpate the bend in your patient's arm, and to do that, you use your first and second fingers and put it over the blood vessel. Be sure not to press too hard because you will occlude the blood vessel and you won't be able to feel the pulse. Next, how to take a blood pressure. You start by placing the stethoscope over where you heard the pulse and felt it when you palpated. Then you wrap the cuff around your patient's arm and make sure that the sphygmanometer is attached directly above where you heard the pulse and that you can read it clearly. You need to make sure that the cuff is secure but not too tight to cut off circulation. Once you pump up the cuff, turn the knob slightly to the left and watch and listen to the heartbeats you hear through the stethoscope. When you hear the first beat, look at the sphygmanometer. That is your systolic number and goes on the top of your written blood pressure. It should be around 120. When you hear the last beat, look at the sphygmanometer. That is the diastolic number and goes on the bottom of your written blood pressure. It should be around 80. You may be wondering, how does this relate to me? Well, it allows you to monitor your heart rate and the amount of effort your heart is using to pump blood, and it also allows you to see if your blood pressure starts to go up and alerts you to go see your doctor. It's important to note that normal blood pressure is around 120/80, but can be different for every person. Being able to monitor your blood pressure and keep track of your own health could save your life or the life of someone you know. It is important to know how to use a manual blood pressure cuff and how to keep track of your blood pressure over time. Remember, always contact your doctor immediately if you have extremely high readings multiple times in a row.